The IPL 2024 mini auctions are just around the corner, and it's going to be the very first time that they will be held outside of India, that is in Dubai, on the 19th of December. And as they say, Akshay, that some proportion of this league is also won at the auction table. And while we do understand that the teams must be brainstorming really hard this time to get their winning combinations right, and we here at India Today, we are starting this series from today, where we'll be picking up your favorite teams each day and tell you all and give you all a comprehensive idea as to what the strengths, weaknesses of each particular teams are, and what kind of players do they need to get their winning combinations right. And what can be a better way to start off this series than talking about the defending champions, the five-time champions, one of the most successful teams in the history of IPL, that is the Chennai Super Kings. So, Akshay, as we know that Chennai Super Kings have released like 8 players, and they have gone to retain 19 players. They have maintained their core this time, and with the likes of Ben Stokes, he made himself unavailable for the IPL 2024, so he was released by the team. And Ambati Rayudu, of course, he has retired. And so from all the release and retention list that I'm seeing, what I understand is that there is a middle order batsman, an all-rounder spot, and also one of the weaknesses that was there, one of the chinks in Chennai Super Kings armor, that has to be their death bowler, fast bowler. Yeah. So I think these are the few things that I see. And what players would you think can Chennai eye this time to get to fill these holes?
See, if you ask the CSK team management, they'll plainly tell you that, okay, we have our Talaivan and he will take care. Okay, sitting here talking so much about it, no one knows what Dhoni is telling them, what they are planning. Because, often there are several memes that were going around over the last few years saying that the CSK top brass who come to the auction table, they just eat snacks and then see other teams buying players. But at the end of the day, they go on to win the title. And even if you see now, yes, like you said, they have released Ben Stokes because of his unavailability for the next season. He's set to undergo a surgery, as he has undergone surgery, and then he's rehabilitating. And even if you see Dwayne Pretorius, they are some big name releases, but they've retained the core, right? MS Dhoni, Ruturaj Gaikwad, Shivam Dube, Ravindra Jadeja. One of the big factors is Dhoni always loved that Indian experienced batter in the middle order, and I think Ambati Rayudu, they are going to miss him a lot. And before we actually go to the CSK picks, let's give them an idea of who have they released first. Yeah. Ben Stokes, like we said, Dwayne Pretorius, Bhagat Verma, Subranshu Senapati, Ambati Rayudu, who has retired from the IPL, Akash Singh, Kylie Jamieson, and Sisanda Magala. So like you said, that all-rounder spot and the India batter at the top and the death bowling. Yes, Matisha Patirana was very good for them last year, but we saw how he was struggling to find his rhythm in the World Cup, and we all, the entire world started speaking about the Dhoni Midas touch when Matisha performed well in the IPL but could not replicate that in the ODI World Cup. But he will be back, Matisha Patirana will be back, and he will be back doing a good job. So if you look at it, who do you think, for someone like Ambati Rayudu, who are the likely options? As in, you can recommend a couple of options and then I'll explain. Like, who do you think can replace a player of Ambati Rayudu's stature?
So I think in the recently concluded ODI World Cup 2023 for New Zealand, we saw Daryl Mitchell. He scored 500 plus runs with a staggering strike rate of over 111. Yeah. So I think, and he can also be a good sixth bowling option for them. And I think he can be there, who can come in the middle order and tonk the ball around, and can also come, like he can be like a floater also for them. So this is what I am seeing. People are also talking about Rachin Ravindra coming there, and I think he can also be a good option. And another I have another option as well, which he was, by the way, sold to Punjab Kings for 9 crores in the last season, and now he has kept his base price for just 40 lakhs. And I'm talking about the local boy for Tamil Nadu, which is Shah Rukh Khan. So yes, I think these are the 3 options that I see.
Imagine getting Dhoni and SRK in the same team. that will be great. But like I asked you, a local replacement for Ambati Rayudu can be someone like Karun Nair and Manish Pandey. Keep in mind, Manish Pandey was released by Delhi Capitals, and Karun Nair has also been released. But they are utility players. They have proven talents. They have not been doing well recently, but they have it in them. They have the experience. And when people play under Dhoni, as in, I'm not exaggerating it, but we all saw what happened with Ajinkya Rahane. He was struggling with KKR. He was struggling with even a little bit of India form was not there. But last season, he emerged as the MVP for Chennai Super Kings in their victorious campaign. Yes. So Manish Pandey and Karun Nair might be some options that they might look for. Like you said, Daryl Mitchell. Yes. I was surprised when CSK broke the bank for someone like Ben Stokes, knowing that his availability could be a problem, his injury concern could be a problem last year. But someone like Daryl Mitchell, and let's not forget there is Stephen Fleming also. He has that New Zealand collection in the past as well. He has brought in a lot of players, but I don't think they might go for Rachin Ravindra, because Rachin Ravindra will be one of the most targeted players at the auction. He might trigger bidding wars. But with Rachin Ravindra, the problem is they already have Mitchell Santner. They already have Ravindra Jadeja. Similar players. Yes, Daryl Mitchell is a very good option. And also, I think they might go for a backup wicketkeeper. Considering that Dhoni has underwent a knee surgery and all that, a backup local wicketkeeper. Yes, they have Devon Conway who can keep wickets and he's batting wonderfully at the top of the order. But they also have someone like KS Bharat who has been released, and he can be a very good option. And like you said, Shahrukh. And what about them bringing back the local boy? Another local boy, Shardul Thakur, as in he went for around 11 crores and he has been released by KKR. And don't be surprised if KKR even go for him at a lower price. But Shardul is an utility cricketer and MS Dhoni has handled him in the past. So I think, Shardul Thakur, they might go for Shardul Thakur. And I just want to ask you one more question, Dia. If there is one player who CSK will break the bank, like an overseas fast bowler, like you mentioned, a death bowling option, can Stark or Cummins fill that role?
I think when you mention fast bowler, the only and breaking the bank, the only bowler, the person who came into my mind was definitely Mitchell Stark. But his performance, of course, he's a big match player, I would say. His performance in the ODI World Cup was okay, but came the finals and the semi-finals, he was a different player altogether. And knowing that CSK has this ability, and every time they tend to reach in the finals and the playoffs, so I think Mitchell Stark can be that player for them. But since we know that that the pitch at Chennai is a bit slow,
but so they also have to play 7 away games.
Yes, that's true. So I think he can be that MVP player, if I say it like that, if they manage to get him. So I think Mitchell Stark can definitely be one of the options. I think KKR might go in for Pat Cummins, what I feel. So I think Mitchell Stark can be a good buy for Chennai Super Kings. And I think these are the only things, the only few chinks in the armor for Chennai Super Kings. They don't have a lot of issues. They have 34.1 crore in their kitty right now, 6 slots to fill with 3 overseas players. So I think they're pretty much nicely placed. And this is what I think. And do you have anything to add?
Before we go, I just want to mention that it might be MS Dhoni's last season. It might be an emotional season for Chennai Super Kings. And there might be players who would be wanting to, for instance, someone like Devon Conway. He was yearning to play under Dhoni when there were rumors about him retiring a couple of years ago. But Dhoni is coming back for 2024. And you never know, 2025, 2026. Yes?
We would love that.
Yeah, of course. But let's see, as in, like you said, CSK have a settled unit and they don't have to do much. And we might again, once they pick up a couple of names, we might again see their top brass eating mixture and enjoying some coffee and tea during the auction on December 19.
And yeah, I definitely agree on that, because if you see, Dhoni is of course big ticket player, and apart from that, CSK never really goes for such big players. It's just MS Dhoni touch that they need. That will turn eventually a copper into a gold, as they say. So I think let's see who will be the lucky players who will get to play under MS Dhoni's captaincy, maybe for the very last time. What I am feeling, Akshay, and yeah, I think that's about it for this very segment. This was the first team that we have discussed, that is Chennai Super Kings. And as Akshay and I mentioned, I think the team might be, to sum it all up for you all, I think Karun Nair, Manish Pandey, then Daryl Mitchell is there, and Shardul Thakur, as you mentioned, KS Bharat, as we mentioned, and Mitchell Stark can also be one of the players that Chennai will be going for, and this is what our top picks are for Chennai Super Kings. But of course, it depends on the team management and how they are thinking their team to be looking for the 2024 IPL. And let's see if they will be crowned the 6th-time IPL champions. That's something that we have to wait and watch for out for. This is me, Diya Kakkar, signing out with Akshay for India Today.